I love you all. Make sure you vote. It is very serious. Freedoms are being taken away from us. Wake up. Do the research. Look up 2025 agenda, because next year this time could look very different.
There's this big New York Times story today, big story, very important story, about how the leading Republican presidential candidate, Donald Trump, and Republicans more broadly.
And this is not about Donald Trump, right? This is just about the signs of the end times, right? The Bible tells us to watch and pray, right? So we have to, in order to watch, right, we got to be looking and peeping game on what's going on. And we got to be aware of what's going on as well, right? Because I know a lot of people like to dismiss the news and dismiss a lot of things, right? But that's only because they really are not really staying true to what the Bible is saying in regards to watching, right? You can still handle your business and do everything you got to do in this life regarding being a parent and a person and whatever else, working your job and all that. But that does not take away from the fact that we are required to watch and pray, right? So we can know what's really going on and won't fall for the okie doke. You get what I'm saying? But in order to do that, we got to know God's word and watch how God's word is being played out, right?
Urge a president to lead the way in changing the law.
We're going to look into like what laws that's going to affect us. And this is basically like a book, right? And it's full of their policies, right? And when you look into their policies, look what some of their policy entails, right? It says Sabbath rest, right? Congress should encourage communal rest. Which day are they choosing for the Sabbath, right? They're choosing Sunday. What a coincidence, right? And I say, what a coincidence, because guess what the mark is going to be, right? The mark of the beast is Sunday worship by law, right? And we're going to prove that another time. I'm just doing this to show y'all some things.
Causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
President Biden issued an executive order to explore the creation of a U.S. central bank digital currency, effectively converting the dollar into a centralized digital currency.
And now is a time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there.
What underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71, and so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money.
Currency that would not be printed but would exist only in cyberspace on your phone, for example. Is the Fed working on a digital dollar?
We are actually evaluating that. Most major countries are now looking at the possibility of having a digital currency.